Hi everybody, welcome inside Nantucket Ice Arena. This is the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week, live on Twitch via Twitter, and is the Island Cup. It's Nantucket against Martha's Vineyard. I'll be on the play-by-play for this one. We'll be on for this in just a few moments. The players have just warmed up, and this is a game that has a lot on the line as Nantucket looks to finish on top in the Cape and Islands Conference Lighthouse Division, and they are just ahead of Martha's Vineyard. The Vineyard with 2 games remaining, this one and tomorrow, and Nantucket, this is their final game of the regular season. The Lighthouse Division, 4 teams will make it out of 5. The play-in game to be scheduled will be between Mashpee Monomoy and Pope John Paul II. And then the higher seeds will host. And so this isn't just any Island Cup. This is a battle for first place and home ice in the end-all tournament for the 2021 season with no state tournament. And Nantucket looking to sweep the season series. We are underway. A tiebreaker is what could possibly need to be figured out if Martha's Vineyard wins this game. But if Nantucket wins, they're not going to have to worry about that. Should the Vineyard win, that would put it a 1-1 record. And head coach Scott Corbett said it gets a little messy for Nantucket. He told me this could come down to a coin flip. Game 1 on the Vineyard on February 6th went to Nantucket 5-1. Hunter Meter for Martha's Vineyard makes the move around his man, sets up in front, a denial. Big time on Jake Scott, and that's our first really big save of the game. Nantucket's James Colkins getting the job done. What about for Martha's Vineyard, the starting goaltender? Watching on here. Vineyard has a number 1 dressed as a goaltender. Is not prepared for that. Gonna have to check out who number 1 is. Up to our right, we're 90 seconds in. Now this Nantucket offense is able to get the puck in the Vineyard zone. Augie Freeman jammed up boards to keep the puck deep. And the Vineyard is going to get the chance to clear. Trying to keep it on the line was Riley Williams for Nantucket. Instead, it's going to be played the other way. It's going to be Finn Lewis with the dump in for Martha's Vineyard. The purple jerseys, the white stripes on the waist, legs, and elbows. Nantucket, blue pants, blue shoulders. On the helmets, the W signifying Whalers, also on the shoulders. And on the other side is the outline of the island of Nantucket. Still no score here. 2.5 minutes in. Already got a great energy to this one. Lawnmower time, Charlie Lakis taking care of Hudson Perry. Forechecking pressure from Nantucket. This is going to go out of play. Yes, so here's the deal. Nantucket overall record 9-2-1. 2 of the wins against non-conference opponents. So 7 wins as it relates to their divisional situation. The Vineyard with 5 wins A win here today will put them at 6, and they've got Mashpee Monomoy tomorrow. Vineyard tried to center it. It went off the back of the net, and then getting it off eventually was Jake Scott, but not in time to set up anything further for Nantucket. Jack Gammons got pinned up on the far side boards. Didn't like how he was hit there. A little bit of a leg action situation. Hunter Meter received a slash from Gammons on the way by. Oh man, Meter! A huge hit on Evan Belanger in front of the Vineyard bench. Marsh Hickman takes us for Nantucket in the offensive zone. Hickman giving it on for Michael Colkins at the right point. Colkins will send it back deep. Flipped along here, pressure on the forecheck once again for Nantucket. Played along by Meter, and then Nick Rigo from the far corner will send that into the stands. And everything is still dictated by the times we live in. This would normally be a packed house, Nantucket Ice Arena. But we've got about a quarter, maybe less of the capacity in this building. I would definitely say, actually, upon further estimation. I won't confuse you with further fractions, however. We have played 4 minutes of the first period and still no score. Oh, and this puck's approaching, and the Vineyard goaltender is able to keep it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you that name in the first period. There's no number 1 on the roster. Anybody who may be able to help me on the Twitch chat is invited to do so on the identity of the Martha's Vineyard goalie. This puck will escape down, and this is going to be icing on Nantucket. I'm going to pull up the roster. They're within earshot of me. If I wanted to just ask the bench directly, I would, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, they've changed Oliver Lively's goal number to number 1. Okay, so it's Oliver Lively in net for Martha's Vineyard. A roster updated on the website, thankfully. We had a few big moments in this first period. One of them was that big save from Colkins on the other end for Nantucket. Biggest moment that's happened in the Vineyard zone so far is that huge hit from Hunter Meter on Evan Belanger. My goodness, what a hit that was. And waiting for Oliver Lively to receive his first big test. And what have we here? Just line changes happening. Almost 5 minutes in. Face off in the Nantucket zone. It's going to be controlled by the Vineyard. Somebody's lost a glove. And that is the man involved in the middle of it, Jake Scott, for the Vineyard. Now this puck escaping down into the MV zone. It'll be picked up by Nick Rigo first. Rigo for the Vineyard, moved it along. Jack Gammons, a big hit on him. Now Nantucket able to move the other way with possession. It's Cosmo Tedeschi, and that's a glove save for Lively. A good one. .9:30 remaining in the first period. Good glove save from Lively. There's the test that we were looking for. And watches as the puck went out in front. Nantucket wasn't able to control it, and this Vineyard player is going to move it the other way. But defense was done. Aiden Merrick couldn't get by Hudson Perry and Augie Freeman, the combo. Jack Billings almost got running too hard, but it's going to be a shot on goal by Hudson Perry. His save was made. Lively. Cam Geary with a huge hit attempt. Vineyard trying to set a real physical tone here in this first period as we're almost 6 minutes in. Augie Freeman shot wide of the net on the Nantucket face-off win. The offensive zone, Vineyard's going to move the other way. A couple number 10s here. Who wins the battle? It's Freeman for Nantucket versus Jake Scott for the Vineyard. And a couple times here, Freeman in particular, that Nantucket's defense has gotten back efficiently to thwart a Vineyard rush. Augie Freeman gets run into by Hunter Meter, and you got to watch out. Hunter Meter is on a mission in this first period. Vineyard, however, after that physical check in the offensive zone, couldn't get further development. And the Vineyard, they're sending new players out onto the ice. No danger here for Porter Corbett. He's able to get ahead now for Nantucket. And this puck will be Cosmo Tedeschi trying to get to it. And unsuccessful. Vineyard with the below goal line passing, and it's Charlie Lakis. Lakis launches one out to neutral. Vineyard getting some good puck action into the offensive zone here in the last few minutes. As we continue to look at every little moment that's making up this game with it still being scoreless. A stalemate, but a fun one to watch so far. And I don't think the energy level is going to drop off in this one at any point. Riley Williams will receive this on the far half wall for Nantucket. Moved it along. Vineyard player will hand-eye off ice level at the blue line to try and keep it going. Nantucket eventually able to move through neutral. A stand-up at the red line, and that's all that Nantucket needed to get the puck deep. Time for the man to move it. Nantucket keeps it in the zone. And they're going to blow this play dead for the pandemic era scrum. Let me tell you about a sponsorship for this game. Yates Island Gas and Harbor Fuel on Nantucket, locally owned and operated, the island's premier propane solution. Yates Island Gas Difference, about commitment to Nantucket, guaranteeing value to their customers. The only locally owned and operated propane provider with 24/7 on-call emergency service. Yates Island Gas, committed to meeting your energy needs day and night. Nantucket was able to play it along in the offensive zone. Vineyard, though, they're going to get this back out to neutral, and the good hustle back to keep possession for Nantucket from Hudson Perry. And now they move into offensive ice shallow, just across the blue line. Delayed offside, I think. Anyway, Cole Evans, the only man in there for Nantucket, stepped out no problem. And now here comes Jack Billings hard in for this one. Vineyard plays keep away in their own zone. But it's a turnover on the forechecking pressure. Hudson Perry, shot from the right circle. Save is made. There's a rebound that'll be gotten to by Lakis for the Vineyard. Thrown along, kept it on the line. Thanks to Augie Freeman. Pass a little bit behind Cole Evans, and that's going to allow the Vineyard to move the other way. It's Cam Geary across the line, going wide, and the Nantucket player sticking right with him. Great defense from the Whalers in this first period. Getting the job done there was Perry. Not just the D guys, it's the forwards as well. And offered out to neutral for Nantucket. It'll be a dump in for Cole Evans. Lively, the goaltender for the Vineyard, comes out to play it. Nantucket player able to get a touch on it, and it's almost danger time for the Vineyard on the turnover. Now it's going to be Marsh Hickman shooting one, and man, Elias Gunderson was in front, and I didn't like the way his stick was moving there to almost accidentally deflect it into his own goal. That didn't happen, however. Gunned out by the Vineyard. This works as a pass to Hunter Meter. Meter, defended by Evan Belanger, who's paid a physical price in this first, but it's a score after that from Meter. Hunter Meter, absolutely unstoppable in this first period, and Martha's Vineyard leads 1-0. Hunter Meter has been the absolute difference maker for the Martha's Vineyard in this first period. Turnover, and Nantucket's back there to thwart that threat from Liam Merrick. Puck going into the Vineyard zone. Nantucket players on the forecheck first, force the turnover. And it's gone out in front from Cosmo Tedeschi. But further jamming couldn't occur for Nantucket. And they're back out to neutral, slung in by Belanger. Belanger, I was in the process of saying before Meter's goal, and that he has paid the physical price in this first period. That was another big hit he absorbed from him. And then there's a shot from Riley Williams, and the save was made by Lively on a quick chance for Nantucket. Give credit to Belanger for doing what he needed to do. But then I got to look at it again, the replay, and see. Looked like a really good shot from Meter on the far side. Now peeling back is Elias Gunderson for Martha's Vineyard, getting it across the line out to neutral, but it's going to be taken back in by Peter Gillis. Vineyard changing, got new players out there, cautious on the approach. Got it out to neutral, and there was Nantucket to put it back in, and they're going to try and keep it in here, but it was dashed right to a Vineyard stick. And a loose puck leaking back for this Vineyard player who will go ahead. It's Rigo. Rigo on the far side, shot, and there was a block, and it might not have actually gotten on goal. 3.5 minutes to play in the first period. Gavin Pekarczyk will accidentally put this into his own bench. That's going to stop the clock with exactly 3:30 to go in the first period. And this game's also being brought to you by Carpet Care Martha's Vineyard. Carpet, vinyl, tile, and much more. Call for a free cost estimate at 508-693-9462. That's Carpet Care Martha's Vineyard. Face off, win, and the Vineyard somehow not scoring there. 100 meter, able to move right in front, and the pass not connected cleanly to Jacob Cleland. Another good moment for number 2 for the Vineyard, 100 meter. Vineyard with the puck in the offensive zone, a pass the meter, dash off the stick in the circle, but the follow-up from Cleland is a score. And Martha's Vineyard leads 2-0. How you like that from Meter and Cleland? They tried to set up a moment earlier and it didn't go. And those two players sticking with things. 2-0 Martha's Vineyard, 3:04 to go in the first period. And the Vineyard bench to my left, loving every moment of this. Loose in the Vineyard zone. Geary is able to move it ahead to the line before Nantucket got it back. This is going to leak out to neutral and just pushed along by Hudson Perry for Nantucket. Not deep in the Vineyard zone. Can Geary the other way for Martha's Vineyard. Tried to drag in the slot. Nantucket took it back. A trio of players out to neutral. Moving well the other way. Jack Billings drops it. Hudson Perry is immediately locked up, but gets support from another Nantucket player who just hurled it into some empty ice. Martha's Vineyard able to get it out. Big check attempt that just was on Cole Evans, from Evans on Liam Merrick. It was an almost. Down to almost 2 minutes in the first period. And the 2 goals from Martha's Vineyard, a 2-0 lead for them in the Island Cup. Moved out to neutral by Nantucket and now into the Vineyard zone. Riley Williams on Charlie Lakis. And Williams keeps pushing the issue. He's going to get some support here eventually, but was doing the work himself on the end boards. Now it's caught by Augie Freeman at the blue line, pushed it along further, and eventually out to neutral for the Nantucket Whalers. Thrown back into the Vineyard zone. Marsh Hickman on the case. Hickman able to pass it on the forehand. It was taken by the Vineyard player, tried to clear, and then it went back to the point for a quarter Corbett shot that just missed. Cosmo Tedeschi in front of the Vineyard net. The pass to the man and the near corner, Gammons, who got hit. Further puck movement here for Nantucket as they're developing a furious effort here. Hickman has a man right on him, was able to kick it. Cosmo Tedeschi got to this, and Gammons working as well. This line working together here for Nantucket. And more More work being done now. Hickman escapes, shoots, rocket that hits the glass. Under a minute to play in the first. Hickman just threw it in from the wall, and it was Messi in front. Tedeschi almost pounced. Loose, and the Vineyard gets the clear, and they're going to take the icing. "29 seconds left in the first period. Nantucket getting shut off the face-off, blocked. It's going to go out of play. And a nice grab from one of the Vineyard players who's not dressed today. Don't forget, every time we do these games, we got to remind everybody what kind of travel schedule these players have when it's Vineyard to Nantucket or the other way around. Vineyarders had to go from Martha's Vineyard to Falmouth, then Falmouth to Hyannis, and then Hyannis to the Nantucket. Out to neutral, less than 10 seconds to go in the period. Nantucket, a nice effort after going down 2-0, but Vineyard's going to carry that score into the first. And Nantucket does still have work to do here. In this one, they're down 2-0 on goals from Hunter Meter and Jacob Cleland for Martha's Vineyard. We'll take a break. The ice resurfacing comes up here in just a moment. And we'll come back in the second period. This is the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Martha's Vineyard leads Nantucket 2-0 after one period of play. Welcome back to the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Live on Twitch via Twitter, the Island Cup. It's a 2-0 lead for Martha's Vineyard after 1 period of play. And we are now underway here in the second period. Hunter Meter definitely involved very much with not only obviously the goal he scored, but the one from Cleveland. Meter on the first one, an offensive check. Oh, and here is Liam Merrick. Merrick drops it, and Geary scores! What an assist from Liam Merrick. Terrific drop to Geary. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Vineyard. Everything is going the way of the visitors from Vineyard in this Island Cup. I mean, that was a great drop. And finish. We're gonna stop play here. The net was off by a little bit. Martha's Vineyard wastes no time here in the second period, swelling the lead. Here comes Cosmo Tedeschi. Shot blocked. Sent deep by Michael Colkins for Nantucket. Was in the process of telling you the 2 goals. And how did they get scored for the Vineyard? Again, it was Hunter Meter who's on this now. He had the offensive check, and that allowed him to circle back on a drive to the net and turn back and wristed it hard. And then dashed off his stick right to Jake Cleland for the second goal. Both late in the first period. Here is Marsh Hickman. Off the glass, hard shot. And the Vineyards have got to be careful. He can't let Nantucket just waltz in like that. This is too good of a team. Stoppage and play. Now they're going to move this face-off into neutral ice. And Nantucket gunning it in from neutral. Sent deep, and this Vineyard player will move it from deep in his zone and getting the job done. Back into the Vineyard zone. And Elias Gunderson will send it through a crowd. And this will be icing on Martha's Vineyard, as we've now played 2 minutes and 13 seconds of the second period. Vineyard gets the early second period goal. Vineyard getting it out to neutral. Player falls, that's Freeman. That's going to allow Nick Ben-David to take it the other way for the Vineyard. And the shot is a save for Nantucket goaltender James Colkins. And a face-off here. And Vineyard getting a shot right off the face-off. Rolling along to the far side and shoveled back towards this way by Cole Evans. Our side, the near side. Right between the benches here, the media box here at Nantucket Ice. Backhander saves made by Colkins on Liam Merrick. Set up in front. Colkins makes a good save on a puck that came a long distance for Liam Merrick to try and slam home in front. Did get all of that. Pad save was made by Colkins, number 30, the goaltender for Nantucket. Oh, and Cam Geary with a hit on Hudson Perry that draws protest from Nantucket. They thought that should have been a call for a hit on the numbers. And this will be icing on the Vineyard. Take a few icings here in the early stages of the second period. Gunderson for the Vineyard. Hanging it off the far side boards to get out of the zone. Vineyard can't get into offensive ice initially. Now they do get the puck jammed in deep. Arriving to this is Hunter Meaner. Meaner for the Vineyard. The stick handling and the flip from the far side to the point and back to him from Gunderson. Now there are Nantucket players that get involved. And they're able to extinguish what has happened here. Freeman plays it off his own net, and that allows Nantucket to get moving. Cosmo Tedeschi flips it towards the net. Jack Gammons will get to it from behind. Played out in front for this Vineyard player to move the other way. It's Cleland. And Jacob Cleland will back him one. This works! Goal! Jake Scott scores to make it 4-0 Vineyard. It is a one-sided affair here. And the boys in purple, it's on their side. And there is one audio source in Nantucket Ice right now, and it is all the noise being made by the Vineyard. Still lots of game left to play in this one, more than 25 minutes of regulation. But Nantucket has put themselves in a hole here. Nice setup here, and just missing from Evan Belanger. Billings gets away from a man, lost his stick. I don't know if it broke, but he lost it and headed off for the change. Not sure what the source of this whistle is. Puck's out of play. 4-0 Martha's Vineyard, the latest goal from Jake Scott. And Nantucket, this offense, we've seen enough this year. They're not going to lay down in this one. But the Vineyard, they're just playing their game. These are not cheap goals they're scoring by any means. Marsh Hickman the pass. And the return to Cosmo Tedeschi. Well, Tedeschi could have had a shot there. And Nantucket will keep the puck moving in the offensive zone. Hickman turns, shot from the right circle. Oliver Lively's got it in the glove. 9:08 remaining in the second period. Nantucket coming off a 5-3 win against John Paul II. That was just a few days ago. Martha's Vineyard, their most recent game was versus Falmouth. And it was a win for Falmouth, a 3-1 final. Also on Wednesday. Here's a shot on goal, and Colkins, the Nantucket goalie, making the save. So this will be the last game of the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week regular season. We're going to have this Cape and Islands tournament coming up here. Vineyard against Mashpee Monomoy tomorrow. That'll be at Tony Kent Arena. Every team's going to make the postseason. That play-in game between the bottom two in the Lighthouse Division. This is a shot from Hudson Perry. The save was made by Oliver Lively. Good rush for Nantucket. Vineyard can't clear. Hummed along by Finn Kelly. Going to the far side, pushed by Augie Freeman. A big hit from Freeman on Charlie Lakis. Lively reaching for this one, missing on the long distance puck from Cole Evans. Now Finn Kelly can't drive it deep from the point, but there's a Nantucket player back in neutral to keep things okay. Whalers sending new players out on the ice. Here's Freeman from the left point, and this works as a pass from Camden Knapp to Cole Evans. Shot doesn't look like it made it on net though. And after that, we've gotten this stoppage of play. As we're down to 7 minutes and 58 seconds in the second period. This game's being brought to you by Yates Island Gas and Harbor Fuel on Nantucket. The number is 508-228-0725. The website is yatesislandgas.com. Call Yates Island Gas today to learn about the Yates Island Gas difference. No contracts, no fees, the best service on Nantucket. Almost 100 years of combined propane service experience. Yates Island Gas technicians provide the best service on island 24/7. Vineyard leads Nantucket 4-0 in the Island Cup. This is an icing call with 7:32 to go in the second period. This game's also being brought to you by Carpet Care Martha's Vineyard. In-stock carpet, marble jams, and a variety of other tile installation supplies. Carpet Care Martha's Vineyard. Number is 508-693-9462. Puck down the ice into the Nantucket zone. First one on this will be Michael Colkins. A nice call on the Vineyard. So, of course, next week, again, this Cape and Islands Conference tournament, the two-pronged divisional tournament with each one getting a champion. And it's going to be a big deal. Where are these players going to have to go? At the Vineyard or at Nantucket with the home ice? Nantucket just trying to get a goal here. Down 4. Buzzing in front of the Vineyard net. And crossing the goal line. Jack Gammons dealt with on the far side for Nantucket. And back out to neutral. The Whalers get it back in. Under 7 minutes to play in the second period. More forechecking pressure for the Whalers. Punched up on the near half wall. And it'll be Cosmo Tedeschi slinging one on net. Oliver Lively makes the save. And the Vineyard will now move it out to neutral. But there is Camden Knapp for Nantucket to get involved. Further activity. Augie Freeman trying to jam it back in the right direction. And Nantucket eventually is able to get this going into the Vineyard zone now. Elias Gunderson dropped it back. And a turnover on the clear puck just temporarily for a split second before Vineyard got it back. Shot. Gunderson. That one wouldn't go. Augie Freeman giving to Cole Evans, and the flip. Off the stick of Camden Knapp, jammed the other way by the Vineyard before Belanger arrives on the scene for Nantucket and gets the dump in. Headed off for the change. Evans pinned his man up on the far side boards. Now more players get involved in this scrum. Jammed free and picked up loose on the near side. Billings was hit a little bit by Sam Hoyt. And Hoyt gets to this puck and it's sent back into a scrum. Officials watching in the pandemic era scrum whistle here. With 5 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the second period. And the folks watching here at Nantucket Ice Arena start to make some noise. Nantucket wins the face-off to move the puck along. It'll go to Marsh Hickman. Hickman flips it back. Augie Freeman, the drive and the save made for Lively. Big hit from Freeman. And Freeman doing work to try and get the puck back here, but this Vineyard player moves into the Nantucket zone before things turn more favorably for the Whalers as they try and get it out, but now the pressure from Vineyard allows them to get it back. It's a setup in front. Goal! Again, a nice one from Martha's Vineyard. Nick Ben-David from Liam Merrick. 5-0 Martha's Vineyard. MV has absolutely come to play here on the island of Nantucket. Five goal scorers for Martha's Vineyard. We're going to get a goaltending change for the Whalers. James Colkins replaced by Bowden Corbett. One senior to the other. And Nantucket's got to get some timely saves now. Well, right off the bat, into the fire. 100 meter denied on the good glove save. I thought that was going to go, but Bowden Corbett had other ideas. Out of play. And stoppage here with 4 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the second period. Nick Ben-David with the goal. Face-off win for the Vineyard. Corbett makes a save. And Nantucket doesn't like this rebound jam from Sam Hoyt, but they're not going to make a huge deal about it. Now the Vineyard will move the puck deep. Jam time, doesn't go. Corbett tries to pounce on this. Nantucket's got this, and they're going to move this puck out of their zone. Jammed away from Jack Billings from the action from Aiden Merrick. Gunderson receives this one and gets it deep for the Vineyard. Jammed along in the Nantucket zone. And Belanger for Nantucket able to move ahead. And someone, this will not be icing as Cole Evans tries to get to this. Played away from him by Aiden Merrick to the near side. And Nantucket is able to grab this, and it's a setup in front. Lively shuts the door on Cosmo Tedeschi, who got a great pass from Cole Evans. Score remains 5-0 Martha's Vineyard over Nantucket with 3 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the second period. Tie up. And Nantucket able to grab this. And Jack Gammons will go around. He'll bank one, and that's sucked up by the goaltender Lively on his belly. Gammons very close. And that brings us down to 3 minutes, 12 seconds in the second period. Lively, the Martha's Vineyard goaltender, pitching the shutout so far. And this goes out of play. And we're down to 3 minutes and 1 second in the second period. Overskating the puck, Hunter Meter for the Vineyard. Back there neutral was Charlie Lakis, the gun of the head. And Finn Kelly in his own zone for Nantucket moved it along. Big hit, I think, on Kelly from Jake Cleland. Now this is cleared. Race for the puck. Gammons gets to it. The goaltender Lively came out to influence things for the Vineyard. As Nantucket just registered that chance, Gammons still waiting down low and was almost able to deflect it down as the puck went to him. Vineyard will clear. And this is in on the goaltender Corbett, so no icing on MV. Finn Kelly moving along the end boards and receiving this back. Gotten out to neutral. And it's Cosmo Tedeschi. We'll just get rid of it and head off for a change for Nantucket. Man cherry picking is Liam Merrick, but won't get to this puck that's thrown in his zip code. It's going to be an icing on Martha's Vineyard. Airplane landing close apparently here on this Saturday afternoon. Never heard one that loud. I know the Ack Airport is not too far from here. 100 seconds to go in the second. A little bit like Shea Stadium, the old New York Mets Stadium. I've been to the new Mets Stadium, and you can still hear the air traffic, but I don't feel like nearly as well as the old one. Stoppage and play here, minute 28. Remaining, we haven't had any penalties in this one, but I believe that's about to change. Cam Geary gets the tripping penalty against him. So, yep, this is our first power play of the game. And could Nantucket ever use a goal here? Late here in the second, they win the face-off, but the puck passing is going to result in them having to leave the zone. Passed ahead by Camden Knapp, and Jack Gammons offered it further. Nantucket players converge on this in the high slot. Gammons the pass, and it's a score. Power play goal for Nantucket. The goal scorer is Cosmo Tedeschi. Makes it 5-1. Nantucket did not waste a whole lot of time on that power play, and the subdued celebration. It's a 4-goal game. Here's Tedeschi. For one in front, goes on by. Gonna be a slap, her deflection in front from Gammons on the shot. Looked like it may be deflected into the net. Number 11 for Nantucket, I don't have him on the roster. And this stoppage here. We'll ask you to wait for me to get that in the third period. Number 11 for Nantucket. We have 49 seconds remaining in the second period. Tie up after the face-off in the Vineyard zone. It's going to go back for Freeman along the line, flip deep. Vineyard bench making noise. The media box up here shakes a little bit. Hickman shoveled it from the point into some traffic. Vineyard will clear. This is going to be short of icing. Shot was blocked. Charlie Lakis raced for the puck. Marsh Hickman trying to get it back, but unsuccessful. Nick Grigo won that battle, and that will do it for the second period. Martha's Vineyard stamped out to a 5-0 lead before Nantucket was able to get one back. After 2 periods of play in the Island Cup, it's a 5-1 lead. Martha's Vineyard over Nantucket. This Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. We'll take a break and have the third period for you in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Nantucket Ice for this Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Live on Twitch via Twitter, it's 5-1. Martha's Vineyard leads Nantucket. Nantucket scored the last goal of this one, and they're looking to get back into this even further. A good start to this third period on some zone time. Now, Vineyard's going to have a turnover here. Jack Gammons approached on the goal line, lost it, and now this is going to be cleared down the ice. Bowden Corbett is now in net for Nantucket. The starter, James Colkins, chased after the 5th goal. Cosmo Tedeschi able to get it to Marsh Hickman. Hickman bumps shoulders with a man, and there are several Vineyard players back there to be able to move the other way. And the save is going to be made from Corbett on the hard wrister from Hunter Meter, one of the 5 goal scorers here for the Vineyard in this one. Vineyard able to get this back in the offensive zone. Shot Hunter Meter was blocked and went wide of the net. And now Michael Colkins for Nantucket got the first touch on it. And Nantucket is able to force this the other way now. And the dump in from Hudson Perry. Cole Evans will go for it, but it was played around the goaltender Lively with the strong stick. Jack Billings and Jacob Cleveland came together on the far side boards. Cole Evans will get this out to neutral. Cosmo Tedeschi right below us with the jam in. Elias Gunderson from his own zone gets it out for the Vineyard. And Nantucket able to get back into offensive ice, but the Vineyard's got the defense going. Nantucket thwarted a clear attempt. Gunderson has the puck, passed it ahead, went off of Finn Lewis, teammate, and further down the ice. And the whistle and the stoppage, we're going to have icing called here on the Vineyard. Hunter Meter, Jake Cleland, Peter Gillis, Jake Scott, Nick Ben-David, the goal scorers for Martha's Vineyard. Nantucket's lone goal from Cosmo Tedeschi. Nantucket able to keep this in the offensive zone. Elias Gunderson leans into this one and snaps it down the ice, but this appears like it's going to be another icing on Martha's Vineyard. Charles Lakis for the Vineyard bangs it off the glass and out of the zone. Augie Freeman shoveled it from his own blue line. And the good job from Jake Cleland there for the Vineyard to control. But now Nantucket will try and get something going in the offensive zone. Not going to happen here, or is it? Well, the Vineyard will survive this. Hunter Meter, full effort. And as it goes to the right point, shot, it's deflection from Meter, and some crazy action on that puck after that deflection, but the clamp down from Bowden Corbett. Nets off in the Nantucket zone. That third goal that the Vineyard scored early in the second period from Cam Geary. Received a really nice drop pass. Icing on the Vineyard upcoming here. Received it from Liam Merrick. This will be chased down by Jake Scott, who scored the fourth goal. Scott twists it towards the net, and it's going to be a cover-up. Getting a touch on it was Nick Ben David, who scored the fifth goal. So the two most recent goal scorers for the Vineyard hooking up there just a moment ago. And a shot that won't go. Initiated by Charlie Lakis. Geary with the hit on Augie Freeman in the near corner. And Nantucket's going to try and move it along in their own zone and out. Failed to do so, and a shot on goal for Elias Gunderson. The save is made by Corbett. A free play for Nantucket. And the bench calls the players back for a change. Vineyard's going to try and catch him here. And they're not going to get the job done. Liam Merrick will just whistle one wide of the net. And now this loose puck will be taken and sent the other way by Camden Knapp. And the first one on it is going to be a Nantucketer. And Gavin Pekarczyk got the shot on goal. Now another one, that's a block. Cosmo Tedeschi, that one didn't get on goal. Jammed along the end boards by Jake Scott to the far side. And another shot on goal for Nantucket. And that one stays out. And the Vineyard, I don't know if they're starting to get tired here, but they're taking a lot of icings. As we're down to 9 minutes and 17 seconds in the third. Another one. The Vineyard coming up here. And Cleveland, who scored that second goal, the big assist on a very nice pass to Scott to score that fourth one for the Vineyard. Vineyard's taking about 5 icings here almost. And Belanger's shot, save is made Oliver Lively. This will be cleared by the Vineyard out to the red line. And the Vineyard getting it out of their zone. Shovel back in by Nantucket. And now almost a turnover here. A couple of number 3s come together. Lakis and Pekarczyk. Action below us. Hunter Meter enters for the Vineyard. Try to pull it around Belanger. And lost the puck. Nantucket won't get the clear. And a loose puck dashed away from Meter by Belanger. And further action here from in the Nantucket zone. Eventually the puck sent down to the Vineyard end. And the Whalers will change. Jammed in by Michael Colkins. Not deep in the Vineyard zone. Vineyard is trying clear. Marsh Hickman arrived on it, but now Vineyarders will move the other way. Shot on the wing by Nick Rigo was blocked. Under 8 minutes to play in the third. Comes out in front. Good save for the Nantucket goaltender on Finn Lewis. Bowden Corbett's been tested a few times since coming in relief. Hasn't given one up. And Augie Freeman will just shovel it deep into the Vineyard zone. Jim McCabe here with you on Twitch via Twitter for this Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. 5-1 score, Vineyard over Nantucket in the Island Cup. Shot doesn't make it on net. Squirts free. Gunderson sends that out of play. Not up here, thankfully. Fifth goal scored by the Vineyard, Nick Ben David. Got a great pass from behind the net. Vineyard offense really has looked good in this one. Now they're trying to hold down this lead. Shot will be blocked. Augie Freeman, the slapper, off either the post or the face mask of the goaltender. Lively, I couldn't tell. Nantucket keeps control here, but they have to get out of the zone on the delayed offside situation. Vineyard's a little sloppy here, and it's going to be a turnover. Lively, the glove save on Cosmo Tedeschi. Six and a half minutes to play in the third. Hunter Meter finds himself in another big collision. On Belanger, if you can believe that. It's a goal! Cleland makes it a six-pack for Martha's Vineyard. Rings the medal. Jacob Cleland, what a shot. Martha's Vineyard leads 6-1 with 6 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the third period. And that might do it. 6 minutes left. Here's Meter. And, you know, you look for the bright spots for Nantucket. Hunter Meter has been a very visible player. Michael Colkins with a great defense on him. And another one from Mike Colkins, preventing this from getting any worse. Vineyard player falls down. Look at this. So, and Camden Knapp had the puck betray him, so we'll curl back, delivered it out to the blue line and move back deep. Now, dropping in from the blue line was Augie Freeman to give his man the business, and the scrum continues. It's a loose one, and the puck played in front of the Vineyard net, and this Vineyard will lug it out. It's Nick Rigo. Rigo, a shot on goal, and it's a save for Bowden Corbett, and he's going to clamp down on this one, and a little bit of unpleasantry here as we get down to 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third period. I want to tell you our sponsors for this game are Yates Island Gas and Harbor Fuel on Nantucket, locally owned and operated, Nantucket's premier propane solution. Yates Island Gas is committed to meeting your energy needs, and their number is 508-228-0725. The website is yatesislandgas.com. This game's also being brought to you by Carpet Care Martha's Vineyard, a family-owned and operated island business serving vineyard homes since 1972. You can visit their showroom in Vineyard Haven. Goal has been scored here for Martha's Vineyard, 7-1. A lot of horse flies in the tent. Tonight for Martha's Vineyard, they've put 7 in the net. And the first one to the bench here is Sam Hoyt. Well, when these two teams got together the last time, it was a 5-1 win for Nantucket, but you felt like the Vineyard shouldn't have had that final score be so lopsided. They outshot Nantucket at a pretty decent clip. But Nantucket was opportunistic and got the big win on the Vineyard. And now the Vineyard, they've returned the favor in a big way. And that is going to make an interesting situation for the playoffs. Will it come down to a virtual coin flip? Who is going to be number 1 team in this division when the Cape and Islands tournament starts next week? Well, you know, I was talking to head coach Corbett for Nantucket before this one, and the first thing he said to me, he referenced the, as you may know, the Sandwich boys won the Canal Cup against Bourne on Thursday, and they insisted that I pose not only with them with the championship trophy, they wanted me to hold it. So apparently they want me to be involved in such things, and I offered to Coach Corbett to be the coin tosser. I'll do it from my living room. If it's a virtual one, I'll do it from my living room in Pawtucket. I'm offering this service. It's going to be a glove down from Corbett. The scoreboard, Barnstable with a win over Nantucket on the girls' side, an 8-2 final. Nantucket had the 2-0 lead in that game. And congratulations to Nantucket again. The Vineyard, they beat the Vineyard 5-4 for their first ever win as a program, this Nantucket girls program. Well, Martha's Vineyard head coach Matt Mincone, in his 23rd year coaching for Martha's Vineyard, has got to be absolutely thrilled with what he is seeing from his team here this afternoon/evening. Hunter Meter for Martha's Vineyard gets around his man and hits the post. And the Vineyard not going to step off the gas pedal here. 2:39 remaining in the third period. They are up 7-1. 7 different goal scorers. Beg your pardon, 6. 2 goals for Cleland. Give him star of the game by that virtue. Shot. Oliver Lively has made the saves he's needed to make. Offered out to neutral, and this will be a chase down into the Nantucket zone. Sam Hoyt spits one across the blue paint. Another one from the near circle that goes wide. Hammer time. Aiden Merrick, rather, and that was a save for Nantucket goaltender Corbett. This will be icing on the Vineyard. Or I thought it was. I thought the official had his arm up for that. Merrick, I didn't think, had the red line. Less than 2 minutes to play in the third. Game winner, if this score holds up, will go to Cleland. Another reason to give him first star of this one. Want to thank, as always, the Nantucket Hockey Foundation for providing the expense of yours truly to get down here to call this game today. Slapper from Charlie Lakis and melted down by the goaltender Corbett. And this certainly isn't the result that the home team wants here, but they're going to gear up for the playoff run next week. I don't know what Martha's Vineyard does for school vacation. Nantucket, I was told, does not take their vacation next week. That's a bit of an annual thing on the weekly school vacation for Massachusetts school districts. So they're going to have things start, it's all going to start next Wednesday and conclude on Saturday. 2 games to be played for each of these teams, as we'll go from 4 to 2. So these teams won't play each other in the first round. Vineyard, if they get number 1, would host the winner of that play-in game between Mashpee Monomoy and John Paul II. And Nantucket will get Dennis Yarmouth. And this will go down as a 7-1 final. Martha's Vineyard beats Nantucket in the 2021 Island Cup Round 2 as these two teams split. 2 goals for Jacob Cleland. And the full performance for Oliver Lively, who wasn't able to notch a shutout, but impressive nonetheless. And the good sportsmanship here from these two teams. Not the close game that you might like. If you're a neutral observer, but the Vineyard, they loved every moment of this one. And again, the final score, they win 7-1. All right, so Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week, taking the longest break since the beginning of January for high school games. And we have the Cape and Islands tournament coming up Wednesday. And as I said, running until Saturday. So we're going to be back here. We're going to be on the Vineyard. Let's just wait and find out how everything plays out. Again, Martha's Vineyard has their remaining regular season game tomorrow against Mashpee Monomoy, and that is going to be scheduled puck drop at Tony Kent Arena, 2:45 p.m. tomorrow. Will not be on the air for that one, but look out for a stream possibility. Vineyard folks have had their broadcaster travel, so that should probably be the case tomorrow. But otherwise, see you for the playoffs. Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. My name is Jim McCabe, saying thank you for watching and listening to this one. So long for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.